Welcome back to our channel. We hope you'll find valuable content here. If you enjoy our channel, please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Let's dive in. In the vast world of investments, real estate stands out as a unique entity. It's not just about bricks, wood, or cement. It's about dreams, aspirations, and a sense of belonging. When we talk about real estate, we're not just discussing a physical structure but the memories it holds, the security it provides, and the potential financial benefits it offers. Real estate, more than just bricks and mortar. Imagine a young couple, Sarah and John. They've been saving for years to buy their first home. For them, this home isn't just a financial investment. It's a place where they envision raising their children, celebrating birthdays, and growing old together. It's a sanctuary where they can escape from the world's chaos. This emotional connection to a home is something unique to real estate. You don't find people getting emotionally attached to their stock portfolios or bond investments in the same way. But there's another side to this coin. Real estate is also a significant financial investment. Let's take Robert, a seasoned investor. He doesn't view properties with the same emotional lens as Sarah and John. For him, every property is an opportunity to grow his wealth. He looks at market trends, rental yields, and appreciation potential. Robert understands that real estate, unlike many other investments, serves a dual purpose. It can provide rental income, a recurring revenue stream, and appreciate over time, leading to capital gains. This dual nature of real estate, as both a consumer item and an investment, is what makes it so intriguing. It's why real estate markets can sometimes behave irrationally. When people buy homes driven by emotions, they might overlook certain financial aspects, leading to bubbles in the market. On the other hand, when investors like Robert dominate the market, properties might be valued purely based on their income potential, sometimes ignoring their intrinsic value as homes. So, how does one navigate this complex landscape? It's essential to strike a balance. If you're buying a home to live in, it's okay to let your emotions play a role. After all, you'll be spending a significant portion of your life there. But don't let emotions overshadow critical financial considerations. Ensure that you're not overpaying and that the property has good resale potential. For investors, while numbers are crucial, it's also vital to understand the emotional aspect of real estate. Recognizing what potential renters or buyers are looking for in a home, beyond just the price, can give you a competitive edge. In the grand scheme of things, real estate is a reflection of our society's values, aspirations, and economic health. It's more than just bricks and mortar. It's a mirror to our souls and our wallets. How different countries value real estate. Every country has its own unique relationship with real estate. The way people view property, the importance they place on owning a home, and the percentage of their wealth they invest in real estate can vary widely from one nation to another. This relationship is shaped by a combination of cultural, economic, and historical factors. In China, for instance, owning property is deeply ingrained in the culture. It's not just about having a roof over one's head, it's a status symbol, a sign of prosperity, and often a prerequisite for marriage. This cultural emphasis on property ownership is reflected in the numbers. A staggering 70% of household assets in China are tied up in real estate. Homes are passed down through generations, and owning multiple properties is a sign of success. Contrast this with the United States, where only 28.9% of household assets are in real estate. The American dream, while encompassing homeownership, also includes other assets like stocks, bonds, and retirement accounts. The U.S. housing market is more fluid, with people often moving for jobs or better opportunities. There's also a more diversified approach to investments, with many Americans placing their money in the stock market or other financial instruments. But why do these differences exist? A lot can be traced back to historical events. In China, the memory of property confiscations during the Cultural Revolution might drive the desire to invest heavily in tangible assets like real estate. In the U.S., the stock market's growth and the country's entrepreneurial spirit have led to a more diversified investment landscape. Economic policies also play a role. Interest rates, tax incentives for homeowners, and housing policies can influence how attractive real estate is as an investment. For instance, tax deductions on mortgage interest in the U.S. make homeownership more appealing. However, it's essential to understand the risks associated with having a significant portion of a country's wealth tied up in real estate. If the property market crashes, it can have severe repercussions on the broader economy, especially in places where real estate constitutes a large chunk of household assets. In conclusion, while bricks and mortar might look the same worldwide, the way different countries value and interact with real estate is as diverse as their cultures. Understanding these nuances is crucial for anyone looking to invest in international real estate or simply trying to grasp global economic trends. The domino effect, real estate and credit. In the intricate game of financial dominoes, real estate stands as a towering piece, casting a shadow over many others. When it wobbles or falls, the ripple effects can be felt far and wide, especially in the realm of credit. Imagine a bustling town where most of its residents aspire to own homes. To achieve this dream, many turn to banks for loans, using the property they intend to buy as collateral. This system works well when property values are stable or rising. Banks feel confident lending money, and homeowners feel secure in their investments. However, let's introduce a twist. Suppose property values start to decline. Suddenly, homeowners find themselves owing more to the bank than their homes are worth. This situation is known as being underwater on a mortgage. If many homeowners face this predicament, they might struggle to keep up with their loan payments, leading to defaults. Now, the banks are in a bind. They have a growing number of defaulted loans and properties that are worth less than the loans themselves. This scenario can strain the bank's financial health, leading to reduced lending or even bank failures in extreme cases. But the story doesn't end there. As banks become more cautious, they tighten their lending criteria, making it harder for people to get loans. This credit crunch can stifle economic growth, as businesses can't borrow to expand, and consumers can't borrow to spend. The entire economy can grind to a slower pace, all because of a downturn in the real estate market. This interconnectedness between real estate and credit is a double-edged sword. On the one hand, easy access to credit can boost the real estate market, leading to increased property values and economic growth. On the other hand, an over-reliance on real estate-backed credit can make the economy vulnerable to property market downturns. In essence, the relationship between real estate and credit is like a dance. When in sync, they can create a harmonious and prosperous economic environment. But if one stumbles, the other can quickly follow, leading to a cascade of financial challenges. Understanding this delicate balance is crucial for policymakers, investors, and homeowners alike. It underscores the importance of responsible lending and borrowing practices and the need for diversification in investments. The wealth effect, how house prices influence spending. Imagine waking up one day to find out that the value of your home has doubled. You'd probably feel richer, even if your actual cash on hand hasn't changed. This newfound sense of wealth might even tempt you to treat yourself to a fancy dinner or a vacation. Conversely, if you discovered that your home's value had plummeted, you might tighten your belt, cutting back on expenses and luxuries. This phenomenon, where perceived wealth influences spending habits, is known as the wealth effect. At its core, the wealth effect is a psychological response. When people perceive themselves as wealthier, they tend to spend more, even if their actual income remains unchanged. This behavior is particularly pronounced in the realm of real estate. Unlike stocks or bonds, which can be abstract and intangible, a house is a tangible asset. Its value is often closely tied to a person's sense of financial security. However, the wealth effect isn't symmetrical. research suggests that when house prices rise, the increase in consumption might be limited. People might feel good about the increased value of their homes, but they're often hesitant to spend that paper wealth. After all, to access that wealth, they'd need to sell their homes or borrow against them. On the flip side, when house prices fall, the negative wealth effect is more pronounced. The fear of losing one's most significant asset can lead to reduced consumption. People might delay big purchases, avoid eating out, or even postpone life decisions like getting married or having children. This behavior can have broader economic implications. If a large segment of the population cuts back on spending due to declining house prices, businesses can suffer. Reduced consumer demand can lead to layoffs, further exacerbating the economic downturn. It's a feedback loop where declining house prices lead to reduced spending, which in turn can further depress the economy. In conclusion, the wealth effect underscores the deep connection between our perceptions of wealth and our spending behaviors. While it's natural to feel buoyed by rising house prices or disheartened by falling ones, it's essential to make financial decisions based on actual circumstances rather than perceptions. After all, in the ever-fluctuating world of real estate, today's boom could be tomorrow's bust. Population movements, the unsung hero of real estate. In the grand tapestry of factors influencing real estate, population movements often play a subtle yet pivotal role. These movements, whether within a country or across borders, can significantly impact the demand for housing and, consequently, property prices. Imagine a quaint coastal town, known for its serene beaches and laid-back lifestyle. Over the years, word spreads about the town's charm, leading to an influx of new residents. As more people move in, the demand for housing rises. Local property prices, which were once modest, begin to soar. The town's original residents, who had enjoyed affordable living for years, now find themselves in the midst of a real estate boom. On the flip side, consider a bustling industrial city that experiences a decline in its primary industry. Factories shut down, jobs are lost, and the city's economic prospects dim. As a result, many residents decide to move elsewhere in search of better opportunities. This exodus leads to a surplus of vacant homes, causing property prices to plummet. Migration, whether due to economic opportunities, lifestyle choices, or even climate change, can have profound effects on local real estate markets. But it's not just internal migration that matters. Immigration, the movement of people across international borders, can also play a significant role. Cities known for their multiculturalism and economic opportunities often attract immigrants, leading to increased demand for housing. However, it's essential to note that population movements aren't the sole determinants of real estate prices. Other factors, such as interest rates, government policies, and global economic trends, also come into play. But understanding the ebb and flow of populations can provide valuable insights for homeowners, investors, and policymakers alike. In conclusion, while skyscrapers, luxurious villas, and architectural marvels often steal the limelight in real estate discussions, it's the silent march of feet, the movement of people, that often writes the most compelling stories in the world of property. The regional pulse, how local economies shape real estate. Every region, whether it's a bustling metropolis or a sleepy countryside, has its own economic heartbeat. This pulse, shaped by industries, job opportunities, infrastructure, and more, plays a pivotal role in determining the health of its real estate market. Picture a city renowned for its tech industry, with companies attracting talent from all over the world. The influx of professionals, coupled with high salaries and job opportunities, leads to increased demand for housing. Apartments near tech hubs become particularly sought after, and property prices in these areas skyrocket. The city's real estate market thrives, reflecting its robust economic health. Now, contrast this with a town whose primary industry, perhaps coal mining, faces decline due to environmental concerns and shifting global demand. As mines close and jobs become scarce, many residents seek opportunities elsewhere, leading to a decrease in housing demand. Property prices stagnate or even drop, mirroring the town's economic challenges. While gross domestic product, GDP, is a common metric to gauge a country's economic health, when it comes to real estate, it's crucial to zoom in further. Local economies, often driven by specific industries or sectors, can have a more direct impact on housing prices. For instance, a country might have a robust GDP, but if one of its cities faces industrial decline, its local real estate market could still suffer. Moreover, it's not just about the presence of industries but also the wealth distribution among its residents. Areas with a higher concentration of affluent individuals might see luxury real estate flourish, while regions with economic disparities might have more varied housing markets. In conclusion, the real estate market is like a mirror, reflecting the economic realities of its region. For investors, homeowners, and policymakers, understanding this local pulse is crucial. It offers insights into potential growth areas, risks, and opportunities, allowing for informed decisions in the ever-evolving world of property. The economic tapestry, weaving together wealth, real estate, and prosperity. In the vast landscape of economic factors, real estate stands out as a prominent thread, weaving through various aspects of financial health, societal wealth, and individual prosperity. The intricate patterns formed by this thread are often reflective of the broader economic tapestry of a region or a country. Consider the bustling neighborhoods where families, singles, and elderly individuals coexist, each dwelling in homes that represent their financial standing and life choices. The young professional might opt for a compact apartment close to work, while a family may choose a spacious home in a good school district. Each purchase, each choice, adds a unique stitch to the economic fabric of the community. However, the thread of real estate doesn't weave in isolation. It intertwines with others, such as employment, income levels, and credit availability, creating a complex pattern that reflects the overall economic health of an area. For instance, areas with high employment and income levels might see a surge in property prices as people invest in homes, further enriching the local economy. Conversely, regions facing economic downturns or industrial declines might witness a fraying of their economic tapestry. As jobs become scarce and incomes dwindle, the real estate market might stagnate, with fewer people investing in property, thereby affecting related industries like construction, finance, and retail. In this tapestry, the wealth effect also subtly influences the weave. As discussed in a previous chapter, rising house prices can instill a sense of financial security among homeowners, albeit with asymmetrical impacts on spending. This psychological thread can either tighten the economic weave, through prudent investment and spending, or lead to potential bubbles and subsequent fraying, through over-leveraging and speculative buying. In conclusion, real estate, while being a significant thread, is part of a larger, intricate economic tapestry. Understanding how it intertwines with other economic threads is crucial for policymakers, investors, and individuals alike, ensuring that the patterns formed are sustainable, inclusive, and reflective of collective prosperity. Real estate, the cornerstone of economic understanding. Real estate, often seen as just bricks and mortar, is much more than that. It's a reflection of societal values, economic health, and individual aspirations. Throughout our exploration, we've delved deep into the multifaceted world of property, uncovering its intricate ties to various economic and societal factors. The global perspective, different countries value real estate differently. While in China, a significant portion of household assets are tied to property, the U.S. sees a more diversified asset distribution. These differences are shaped by cultural, historical, and economic factors, each adding a unique flavor to the global real estate landscape. The credit connection, real estate and credit share a symbiotic relationship. While property purchases often rely on loans, a downturn in the real estate market can lead to credit crunches, highlighting the delicate balance between these two economic giants. The wealth effect, property prices don't just influence wealth, they also shape perceptions and spending behaviors. A rise in house prices can boost confidence, but it's the fall that often has a more pronounced effect, leading to reduced consumption and potential economic slowdowns. Population dynamics, the silent march of feet, whether due to migration or immigration, plays a pivotal role in shaping real estate demand. From bustling tech hubs attracting global talent to towns facing industrial decline, population movements often write compelling stories in the property world. The local pulse, beyond global trends and national policies, it's the local economies, with their unique industries and challenges, that often shape real estate markets. Understanding this regional pulse is crucial for anyone looking to navigate the property landscape. In essence, real estate is a mirror, reflecting broader economic and societal trends. Whether you're an investor, a homeowner, or just a curious observer, understanding these reflections can offer valuable insights, helping you make informed decisions in an ever-evolving world.